Alright guys, this is it. Welcome to my review on the Apple Wireless AirPods. I'm, 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 that what you say. You say. You say. You say. There's been a big hype. I haven't been able to get my hands on them. I have them. I'm going to be testing them out until like the 16th because I do plan on returning them because this is not really what the time I want to actually buy them to keep. I want to buy them to try out in a real world live situation and give my point of view on them. So here we go. Let's get started. Here's the bag. Ooh, yeah, here. Here they are. Apple AirPods. The first nice feel about it is that the box is almost like a three-dimensional feel to the actual picture of the AirPods. They've raised it so you can actually get like a nice. That's a nice touch. The box is pretty much simple. Apple logo, AirPods, Apple logo, and then here is all the information on them. On the back, it shows here that comes with the charging case, but it does not come with the actual Apple Lightning charger. So you actually have to use the one that's for your cell phone or buy another one. So, all right, let's go ahead and open the box. Okay, so I have cut the plastic, so we're gonna take the plastic off. Nice first reveal. Oh, look at that. Alright, put the plastic back in here. And here we go. Here is the reveal. Exciting. And alright, there we go. Inside, first, designed by Apple in California, obviously made in China. It's not usually in some smaller writing. So this here, I'm guessing, is instruction manuals, maybe some stickers. I don't want to pull it apart too much because, like I said, I'm going to be returning it. It's a trial. I'm trying it out in a real life situation for myself. So I'm leaving those over here, and then here we have the actual AirPods. There's like seems to be like some cellophane wrap that's wrapped around them to protect them. It's pretty nice. It feels nice. It's very light. It's not too heavy. I would almost say it almost feels like dental floss packaging. And it kind of looks like it too. You know, like you just flip it up and there'd be dental floss in there. That's kind of like what it resembles. On the back, we have a lightning port charger. Let's see what's under here. Oh, so we do get a lightning port charger with it. That is pretty good. I didn't think that it came with it, but it does. I guess it just doesn't come with a brick. I will not be using these because I will be returning it. Because like I said, I'm only trying them out in a real life situation, so I'll be using my other charger that I have over here that I use to charge my phone with, because it's universal. That's one of the good things about Apple, is that now the lightning charger basically charges a good majority of their devices except for like the MacBook Pro and so forth. Okay guys, here it goes. This is my review on the Apple AirPods that were released in February of 2017. First off, I want to say that they are comfortable. When I tell you that after wearing them for about 25 minutes and you start getting focused on other things that you're doing throughout your day,
you virtually forget that they're in your ear. They're that comfortable. The next thing I want to talk about is the battery life on both the AirPods and the case. It took about 10 to 15 minutes to get a full charge out of the AirPods while in the charging case in your pocket, which was really, really great. I mean, the fact that they can charge so fast and you can just pop them right back in your ear, start listening to jams, that's great. I got about 4 to 5 hours out of the ones I got out of listening to music. Using one in my ear, whether it be the left or the right, as a Bluetooth headset worked pretty good. I got virtually an entire 12 hours of use out of them, answering phone calls, sending text messages through Siri, and taking like little notes, asking Siri to take notes for me and schedule events, upcoming things that I'm doing throughout my work week. That worked out really great. And the good thing about it is that when you're using one just as a Bluetooth headset, when that one dies, you put it in the case, you take out the other one and you put it in your ear and you continue going. Whereas a regular Bluetooth headset that you would get from the store that is solely used for talking, when it dies, you would have to go and find a charging source. These are great because you have a charging case and you just drop them back into it and you're good to go. Some of the things that I didn't like about it were the fact that Siri does not work all the time. There's a lot of times when you tap on the headphone and you ask for Siri and you don't get her, or when you tap on the headphone and she does respond back to you and you send her a message, it's not, she doesn't understand it. It's like she asks you, so, like, did you say, like, look for the closest supermarket when I asked her look for the closest gas station? She's getting commands mixed up and it doesn't come through clearly. One of the other things I want to touch on was the range. Now, depending on how you were using it, the range differed. And when I say that, I mean if you left your phone on the bed or in the kitchen or in your office and you're walking away with the headphones, I found that when the Bluetooth signal is going through inside the house, as long as you're not walking to any exterior walls such as cement walls that stop outside, the Bluetooth signal would cut off there. Getting inside communications throughout your house, no matter where your phone is, I got great range throughout the entire house. And I was testing this in a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, and I was in the furthest room away from my phone, and the phone was on the opposite side of the house, and the range stuck. Music came through clear, Siri worked great, and it functioned as if the phone was in my pocket. Now, I found it extremely weird when I went to visit a friend the other day, and we were dealing with something that I didn't want to have my phone exposed around. And I let the phone in his toolbox, which is made out of metal, and I walked maybe 5 feet away from the toolbox, and the headset kept clicking in and out, chipping in and out. And then when I asked for Siri, Siri came in very muffled. It's almost like she had a cold. I use the British Siri, so mine's a gentleman. But anyway, never the case may be, the range differs depending on where you leave the phone, what kind of material the Bluetooth headset signal has to go through in order to reach the headset. But for the most case, out of 5 stars, I give that a strong 4. I don't see why the phone being in the toolbox and me walking a couple of feet away, it would disconnect. I can understand when you walk around the house and you leave the house and it now has to fight its way through a cement wall. That I can understand, because Bluetooth is still Bluetooth 1.0. It's not 2.0 like Samsung is currently using. Maybe on the Samsung side of that, that would be a lot stronger. I'm hoping that the iPhone 7s and the 7s Plus and the 8, and I'm guessing they may call it the 8 Plus, will have Bluetooth 2.0. I really think that would solve those issues. The last thing I want to talk about is the charging case. The charging case is great. It fits virtually anywhere. It's in your little side coin pocket on your jeans, or if you have cargo shorts, you put it in there so you don't want it, or next to your wallet. However you decide to organize your devices inside your pockets, if you're a man, that I thought worked out really great. In a woman's case, I don't see them really having that issue because they don't really have things in their pockets. They have a purse and they have everything in the purse, and end of story. We men, on the other hand, have it totally different. We carry everything in our pockets, and we want everything to fit, within a certain range that it's comfortable, because we are walking around with keys, a wallet, and a cell phone in our pockets throughout the entire day. But as far as the headphone case, charging case, being another accessory to my pocket, I did not find it bulgy or discomforting sitting, standing, driving, sitting in traffic with it just there, and it worked out great in that aspect. But that's it. Wait, no, sorry, that's not it. At the end, I think that the software announcement, I don't remember exactly what it was, but Apple had an announcement that they did in Silicon Valley last week. I think it was called WD17, if I'm not mistaken. Please don't hurt me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. I'm an Apple fanboy too, but there's just a lot of things that go throughout my mind every day. Don't have time to remember everything. Anyway, the software announcement that they announced, which was upgrades for the iWatch, the iPhone, the AirPods, the iPad, and as well the MacBooks and the desktops as well, the Macs, I think will really help all the Apple products better understand each other. They do understand each other really good now, but there is areas where it could be improved upon. And from the presentation that Apple did, it really showed me that they're working harder to make all the products, no matter which one you have, communicate with each other better to make your day easier. Because at the end of the day, so much is going on in our lives that the less time we have to be fiddling with our devices to make them work, and they just kind of work with us. That's great. I really love that. So I'm looking forward to that software update, especially for the AirPods and my watch, and hoping to do another review on that to see how they best live up to my thoughts on them now. And because I do think that the software on these headphones is incomplete technology, and I think Apple knows that, and that's why they're coming out with the new software update. As of now, they're not 100%. I give them software a 3, and I give the actual usability of it a 4. It has not 5 stars for me as yet, and this is after testing them, like I said, 7 days, and it's not there yet, but they're close. One last thing I want to touch on before I leave is the volume. I found, and this is personally me, you can let me know in the comments below, that the wired headphones were much louder and the bass was just that much better. And I'm not talking like a big gap, but it was a little bit better bass on the wired earpods that come in the box with your iPhone from Apple than the wireless earpods that I'm using now. I found that they don't go as loud, and maybe the software update might fix this. Maybe we won't see that being fixed until Bluetooth 2.0. That's one of the things I noticed. Anyway, Thank you guys for watching my review on the Apple AirPods after use in real day-to-day for 7 days. And if you stuck around this far, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around and leave some comments and a thumbs up. And I will see you next weekend for our regular scheduled weekend vlog. Peace out.